I spent some time carving this down, trying to kind of round things a little bit. I thought it'd be a little tedious showing you, especially being a harder piece of wood. Just kind of showing you, kind of catching up. This is what I'm certainly not done with any of this. I mean, we got lots to shape. I think that head is going to, matter of fact, this is going to go a little forward. Or, yeah, forward this way. The head is. And so, same with the feet. I may not, I'll just probably only shape it a little bit. But where to start? I always say start with we're ready to go up, so start with the feet. Where is my pencil? Let me do a little more cleaning up. You know, the thing that's interesting is I did this inside the house, and for some reason when you come outside, I don't know if you noticed that, when you come outside, that the sunlight just reveals a lot of what you've missed or screwed up. And so I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning before we get into the boot shoe area. Here's my ruler. It's about center there. Where's my brush? Now that we're getting into more details here, use my brush instead of that blowing into there all the time. Okay. And then whatever is not clean. Okay, the shoe is going to be thinned a little bit because we're going to, he's just wearing just regular blue, but I like this too. If he's wearing just a sweater, he's just out. He's not delivering packages. He's just gone out, taking a break. Let the elves do the work. Whatever. And it's a regular pair. There's nothing. Yeah, we'll put some pockets in. I don't know if you want to put some pockets in the back, but put some pockets in the front. Chisel. Can we do this without me having to wear my glove, my right hand glove? I knew a guy in one of our wood carving clubs, and rest his soul, and he showed how he did chiseling, and it was very I say vigorous, very a lot of and I'm looking at it, your right hand there, the chisel handle in hand, don't you like scrape your cuticles or something? Well, yeah, but got to get it done. No, I don't want to hurt my hand. We're outside again. This time I did clean this up last night, so it's morning, and it's going to be. It's not really going to rain. It might. We got a haze, and that's good. I like the haze. I like the ambient light when coming outside, doing something like this. So, at a distance, I hear some beeping. Other than that, we got birds. Children are not out yet, so I'm going to take and do a stop cut. Now you could either do a pencil and stop cut. Make sure you turn. Make sure the fingers are not in the way when you're really bearing down. Again, the tip of your knife is down. The butt end is up. The butt end of your knife No, there's the handle. Pardon me. Butt end of your handle is up. And a lot of people try to do stop cuts like this. And it's you could do some minor stop cuts, but when you're going to do some bearing down. All right, now the foot, as you see, the foot is going to go, the shoe is going to go in because we want to have the, we want that to drape the pants. Let's go, can we zoom just a little closer here? Make sure I'm still in the center. All right, now we start rounding the feet some more. That's what I see. Even though we started with big feet, we'll still shrink it because that's what we want to start with, something we can always take away. And what I want to do is I want to make an extra scoop so the toes are up. That kind of adds a little bit of the character. So where the heel or the shin is, where the shin meets the foot, is lower down. See, am I achieving that? Getting started on it. Clean that up. Careful, careful, careful. Turn, turn. Careful, careful. Turn, turn. No, that should be. How much of it was really attached? I'm going to come in here. Yeah, it just has a consistency of maple. If you ever got into maple and played with maple, it has that mapley color to it. That dark maple texture. Take too much off in one swipe. And there it shows that when you go straight down, you'll see that as it happened, like it just happened, is that it will not cut. See, if you go straight like this, and then I come back like this, maybe some of it will connect and others will not break off, will not cut off. Okay. Now there'll be more detailing. I would do some, if you want to do it here, but I'd do it in more in the detailing or the cleaning up is a little more undercut, because you see how it adds that, it has a nice shadow. So in other words, there's a strong removal of the difference between the foot and the pants. That one I just wanted to blow out of there. See how I cut like this. A lot of it comes off, but it requires the tip to really finish it. Let us shrink the foot. And of course, same here. We want to kind of give that a scoop. And you like to hear nice cut sounds. Once in a while you hear where the cut lifts, the blade lifts and then just scrapes across. And that's not a cut, that's a, and you know you didn't make your cut. There. Alright, see how I came straight? That's not popping out because it still requires the tip. Sometimes, and most of the times it does. Now if I do this, since it's loose, now sometimes it might work if you do this. Yeah, that'll work when you do that. Oops, am I out of frame again? See, it works that way. You got that, if it's deep enough. So it kind of counters a little bit of what I've been saying. And it's kind of difficult to get in there with the blade down and the butt of the handle up. Let's look and see. Ooh, not too deep here. Didn't dig deep enough. Get going, get out of there. And away the chips go. Like I said, that reminds me of, I do have my old blog post is still out there, Let the Chips Fly, or Let the Chips Fall. I think it's Let the Chips Fly. And there you'll see all some of my older stuff. Now don't judge me now when you see that. Oh, what kind of garbage you got here. I mean, at the time that was like, I don't know if you have that in your memory of how, oh, you thought what you had at that time was the best thing, and years later as you improve and you take a look and how much you've improved. Okay, what I want to do is stay with the foot. So I want to get to the point where we're relatively done with the foot, other than cleaning up. And I just want to do just sometimes I do, if it's too sharp, I like just a little bit. Now the front, you want a bigger cut right here, so the toes are up. That's still kind of the, I don't want to say traditional cowboy toes up caricature kind of a way. But I just want to take the sharpness off. Should be using my, and then cut this. Now the way that you want to cut, again, not in the same direction. See, if I cut this way, I would be, well, if I got a nice sharp knife and I'm careful, I won't take as much off, but you want to come up to it and not down to it in this particular case. All right. Got that $4 mark on there. That's not what I paid for this. It's what I paid for the hunk. I think I got about 2 other carvings out of this. I don't know where I'm sorry where it comes from. It's Basswood is pretty darn cheap. Okay, then we want to cut down like this to get that heel up. So things are looking up with what's been going on lately. That went to our local, this is our Menards is what we got as our local, not that I'm advertising, but it's our local tool and everything place. I mean, they even got foodstuffs, that kind of a thing. And we all had to wear the mask. That's good. I don't care if we have to, whatever it takes, get the stores open and I get to have what I want. But you had to wait in line to get in because they only want so many people in and so many people out. So, and I was okay with that. So things are opening up. And they had, you had to walk this way and then you had to put your cart there and you stand on the other side and let the person check you out and all kinds of other people watching to make sure you're not doing what you're not. And I'm okay with that because it opens up the store and I end up getting what I want. And people are getting back to work. Anyways, so much for my lecture. Okay, we'll take my pencil and we're going to do the sole. When you stop, we're going to do the heel. Should have done the heel first because the heel starts right at where we separate that one. Make sure. Am I still not? Okay, then the sole will come up and go above the heel. The heel will come up at this point. Come around and down. Now it's going to go, if you can see in there, there's where the heel comes to the end and then that sole goes up. Same here. Around. All right. Get the V. And V that out. Let me fix my glasses here. Starting to go down. I have my brother who you'll see his stuff on the YouTube. It's called Backpacking with a Hammock. You can go check him out. Now, he's more cinematography because he's got a lot of good stuff going. He's got a good camera and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of asking, should we say, taking my steps and trying to convince my wife that I could get a nice camera, but I'm not too rushed in it. But anyways, and he's got a lot of more cinematography. I'm just over my shoulder, or in this case, over my head now. Ever since I got this this nice tripod. It's it's like a boom style tripod, and it was bequeathed to me by my sister-in-law, rest her soul. And so this way I am able to pay attention more of, am I in the screen or not? Not too much, not perfect. Get a little high. Okay. Okay. Now one last thing I want to do, or two last things I want to do. First I want to bring the heel in a little bit so it is not straight up and down like the rest of the boot is. Kind of almost conish shape. So it kind of comes in a little bit like this. Where am I? Right there. That's what I'm aiming for. That, and I want to do a couple of these. Make sure I'm in just a nice cut this way, but this is going to be hard on this. And I really hope you got a nice piece of wood. I really do. And I'm okay with hardwood. I mean, I don't think I've ever stopped a project because it was hard. Not well, I may have. Maybe just as I was starting or something, but matter of fact, my drummer boy was relatively hard too. Or some of the others were not so bad. Okay, I'm gonna leave the shoe. Again, it's a matter of cleaning up, but at least you got to this point. Next one I want to do, I'll clean up that later, but I want to put in one of these right here. Where are you? And then when I was aiming for it, because this is being small, I tried to look for the knee, and I put the knee in. I think that might be a little too low for this little guy here. That's why I like working with this, with little stuff, because you do it, still create cute little things, I suppose. Those guys, we can't say cute. Nice little things there, that's better. You can say cute, don't say adorable. You know, it's cute, nice little things. But that's where I can use some of my small wood. It's just practicing on something. Okay, then, oops, wrong tool. Okay, now I want to kind of figure where the knee is going to be. So make sure it's going to be a little bit higher. So the knee's going to be there. Now we'll start with the easy part first. Easy to understand is like what you kind of did with the shoe, is you're going to make this dent. I think I needed a third cut. Well, that was a scrape. And kind of widen it a little bit. And kind of turn it a little bit because we still want the behind to kind of stick out. Little scoop there. Again, we'll have to clean it up later. Here we go. Get out of there. Come down. You need to dig. Careful, getting close to the edge. Just get out of there. Tip. Around the butoctal a little bit. Bring this up just a little bit here. Again, a lot more cleaning up later. That's the thing. I do spend more time. See, I look at something like that. Now that bothers me, but the thing is that all that tedium stuff you can do at the end, because when I do a video, I want to put everything in. In fact, I don't even need the brush. Oh, excuse me. So I get that like a saw mark in there. Out of there. I think I'll have to do that later. Now the front, where the knee is, we're going to, that's what I was starting to do. There's going to do something like this, kind of right below the knee. Same thing a little bit on top. It's just a hint of a knee, because he's standing up, so there's no real need for a knee. But it's good to have some kind of a hint of one. And it's better to have it just bulging out a little, even though the pants might be a bulging pair of pants. But, oops. Seemed to have gone the wrong way that way. Just a little dent. Okay, now I'm okay with sitting with that. Might take the marks off, and in doing so, make sure that I leave that little bulging. And listen to the house finches really chirping away. And I don't know if you can hear, once in a while the birds will kind of flutter in and look at me saying, whoa, I didn't see you there, and then head right back out again. Okay, like I said, we'll leave that cleaning. Yeah, as long as we get something like what we want. You can always put the extra dents in there. I mean, there's like some good caricature carvers will put, you look at what they're doing, some extra dents. I might do that later. But like I said, I want to get the main, what the heck we're doing here. Okay, I want to get up to the arm as we work in around the belly. We'll start with the hand that's closed. And I did write a line here. Right. Drew a line here. Get that sweater in there. I'd rather have it come down a little bit. All right. Now this is just a closed hand, so we don't have to worry about, you know, if this is a hand holding a stick. I would basically stop right there. I would draw the line, drill a hole, but he's just got a closed hand, so we can close that hand up. So we got to bring the hand as a little smaller, but smaller in the sleeve, but we want to have it a little bit, because when your hand is closed, it'll come out a little bit here. How big do we want the hand is a good question. Being caricature, the hands are usually bigger. Get in there. clean that out later. It's more like getting the right size. All right. Yeah. Rounding it a little bit, just starting to round it. All right, now we got it set. Yeah, I did not make a good stop cut there. I did dig in here pretty good because it's going to go in. Am I happy with, let's take this off. Now, the fist is like this. Have I been in, out? Make sure that I am in. Let's bring that up there a little. Maybe bring me up a little closer. So the fist is kind of a little bit right here. This will be the highest point right here. Now we don't have to make it overly sharp, but just at least give the impression that we know that there's a hand in there. He's wearing a glove. I didn't want to. I used the hand, but you know what? What am I talking about? Yes, we are going to use the hand because if we have that open, would you really feed birds with your hand when you got a glove on? Let's do hands. Hands are more, is it realistic or more acceptable in this project? Let's do hands. Okay, now, okay, I'm gonna if his hand is like this, it is relatively straight fingers. I mean, if he's holding a stick forward, then the fingers would go at an angle. But he's just more of a rest. It's a resting hand. Therefore, it'll be straight. Now the thumb will disappear. What we're going to do with the thumb, something that'll show that we had a thumb, but it's buried. The thumb is buried. No, the thumb is his thumb is out. Okay, let's rethink. Oh, that's right. How did it? Sometimes, oh yeah, I did do it like this. You can just see the thumb. Sometimes, what I do is this. Here's the thumb. Now, the reason why I was hoping that the thumb would be inside, then it'd just be easier. Easier because when you have the thumb out, now we got our 4 fingers. Always start in the center, separate the two. And then what's going to happen is, okay, that's going to be in, but you have to kind of dink with this a little bit. That's the thing. That's the reason why I like to have that sometimes that thumb will get in the way. I think we'll still be okay. Get our thumb. Now the thumb, I want to go like this to make sure that thumb is coming out nice. Here's flip. Ooh. Somebody's upset about something. Got the cardinals are chirping away. Let's take our V tool. Now I did something that, I mean, I think we're okay, but I did kind of go ahead. My philosophy is you start with both hands, and whichever is the smaller hand, you finish, and the larger hand, you finish according to that smaller hand. Now this is going to be a lot more work here. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to have it so that, because I'm going to bend the handle. That's what I ran out of room as the reason why I bent that hand. That's the reason why that hand was bent, because I ran out of room. I was hoping to have a little more room, but see, the thumb is out, so thumb is out where the rest of the hand comes up. And so I want to get this one started to make sure that we still got a lot of, I think that's still this could very well be the bigger one, but I'm not sure. And then we would have to change this, but I'm not sure. One of the things I do want to do here, this is going to be fun, is I guess this is against the grain, I want to shrink this a little more. Because now what's going to happen is I want to shrink. The hand is now coming flat. My end. I could use some of the side of the chisel to help. Now we're bearing down, so we got a lot of table action going on again. Just to get it shapened. There. Now if I take the knife, it's not gonna take the knife, it's not gonna hurt as much, or well, there's still quite a bit of digging. Getting close to the edge. The other thing I'm afraid of is getting, when you get close to the edge and you slip and the knife slides, is, yeah, my hand isn't in the way and I'm okay, but then I take a nice gouge into it. Now the hand, since the hand is flat, let's see, here's the hand is flat, here's the hand is, so the flat hand will be wider than the big hand. I want to do the same thing with the chisel here. With the bottom of the hand. Yeah, I think the jackhammer people are done.